Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And on Motivation Monday, we're talking about raising your vibes. And what better way to raise your vibe with a little ballet. Sassy is in the house. How are you? I love your name.
Thank
Sassy.
you. Yeah, full name is Saskia, which is kind of common in England, but Sassy from day one.
Wow,
Yeah.
you are a little sassy, huh?
Naturally. So
Right, of course, naturally.
Yeah, spot on, brand. What I love so much about you is that you're really focused on building a strong, beautiful body and not just focused on the skinny of it.
Yeah.
Right? Which so often is misconstrued with ballet dancers, with models. So talk about a little bit your journey and what brought you there.
Yeah, so like you said, I started as a dancer, training to be a professional dancer. That was kind of the goal. And with that comes a lot of baggage. You know, you don't really learn about food and nutrition and what you should do outside of the dance studio. It's all consuming, and it definitely felt like I had no knowledge there. So I went through the whole period of kind of trying to work out what was best for my body. And found...
And your body is incredible, by the way.
Yeah, and I was surrounded by all these other women that had fantastic physique, so it's really hard to see that. And as a dancer, I kind of went through this whole journey with food and found that it was an incredible tool. When I was injured, I needed something to still stay fit and healthy, and I first restricted the food to try and look like the perfect ballerina. Realized that wasn't working, that was not the way to go. And then dived into the kitchen, got really excited about delicious, healthy food and recipes, found that I had another passion. Didn't know that was possible as a dancer. That was the only thing that I was good at, and then I loved cooking too. So I started this blog, which took off because I think a lot of young dancers wanted to learn how to cook too. And then that slowly developed into a recipe book. And then when I was...
An Amazon best-selling recipe book, by the way.
It did okay. And then from there, when I was dancing, I was at the Joffrey Ballet and I got very injured. I broke my ribs. It wasn't very fun. There was a moment where I was like, what am I doing? I can do something a lot greater than what I'm doing now and affect more people than I'm currently doing, sitting at the end of a studio watching my peers dance.
So good.
And that's when I started this thing called Ballet Blast. So it's basically a fusion of classical dance principles, strength conditioning, a lot of the things I'd learned from the physiotherapists I worked with, the sports scientists. I did it to help me rehabilitate back to dance, but I quickly realized that it wasn't just for dancers. And it could help me maintain the physique I had, but also open me up. So even when I was injured, I still felt that grace and strength that ballet gives you.
It's so important to have support. So what does that look like? They've built a relationship with you, they see these videos, how do they interact with you through all this?
Yeah, so it's an online workout studio and an app, and just kind of from the outset you have lots of different kind of results-driven workouts that are 10 to 20 minutes, so that you can kind of add it into your day, and then we do mixes, so every day you have a different one, and then we have like a support network as well. We have like lots of different Facebook groups going on, but we have one of my favorite things, which is called the Sassy Squad. So every 3 months we select 20 people, and then we kind of build towards their journeys with them, and they spread it throughout the community. So they're kind of my day-to-day. I'm like texting, emailing them every day, and they have really big goals, and they're all based in confidence. And they're not necessarily, well, I would say confidence is the start. They have a bigger goal, like losing weight or wanting to walk up the stairs. One of my favorite women ever in our Sassy Squad, she's the sweetest and really goes all for it, and just it's opened her up so much to new experiences, because I think sometimes when you don't connect with your body, you feel like you're not able to achieve as much in your life, and it's completely transformed her life just because the nature of ballet, you've got to be really present within yourself and open to feeling all these graceful moves. Like, it's not very normal that you do swan arms down the street and then they're suddenly doing these things and connecting with, you know, their limbs, and it's really beautiful. And unless you're wearing like a ball gown, you don't often get that, especially not in a workout.
There's something there I want to tease out. You said you start with confidence, and with so many programs, it really is about ending with confidence. I really find this profound. Can you talk to us a little bit why you start with confidence?
Yeah, so, well, one of the things that ballet definitely doesn't give you, I ended ballet, art that's so great for posture, with terrible posture, because I never stood up straight. I was always embarrassed that I wasn't like a stick-thin dancer, that I had like curves, and I hated that. And I think something that we kind of take into our life, whoever we are, is that we slouch down, we don't open up, and as soon as we do that, we feel so powerful. And so I start by making everybody feel like that. And I think as soon as you can move your body and feel confident doing it, there's always that moment where if you're looking in a mirror, you feel a little bit awkward at first. Then you feel really powerful and strong. And if you can start there, then the confidence will lead you to the results. As soon as you doubt yourself and you have low self-esteem, then there's that cycle of breaking a habit and falling off the bandwagon and all these words that really aren't driving you towards what you want to feel. And if you can start with the feeling you want, then everything else changes.
And how do you deal with girls that have eating disorders? Because I'm sure a lot of them are seeking, but they probably need some serious work, internal work. How do you know? How do you deal with that within your program? I'm sure so many.
The hard thing is because it's an online platform, I don't see people face to face. So we have, the guides of all these incredible videos. And I know from my experience as a dancer that there are lots of different issues out there, especially I think nobody I've ever met has had a really steady relationship with food. Maybe my boyfriend who just eats junk and doesn't really care. But you know those people. Yeah. But then otherwise, I feel like everybody, takes certain parts, and it's an emotional thing because it's so connected to every one of us, and we don't learn about it, and we all really should growing up. It should be much more part of academia and all that. But I think we have an amazing naturally sassy nutritionist who kind of can help guide them, but we are not the experts there, and I really hope that people can use the workouts because they're low impact to maybe help them build their confidence at being themselves and being able to move and appreciate their bodies and the skills they can glean from it. But nobody's the expert except people that you can really meet, and I would never say take people's advice online. Well, you need face to face.
Absolutely, but what's so beautiful about your program is really teaching women to feel beautiful and present within their bodies, and hope that that will strike in the internal work that they're going to need to do if that is something that mentally they're struggling with as well. But I think feeling better in your body helps so much with that. I know if I feel better and stronger in my body, my mind is better and stronger.
No, it's one affects the other. And we found as well, so I was talking about stretching, it's like the first thing I do in the morning, the last thing I do at night, and it's become a real routine for me. And we have a 6-week stretch program in the Naturally Sassy online studio and app, and that is an entryway for a lot of women to discover just being one with their bodies. I think sometimes it's hard to go into something like meditation or something that's not moving when you feel, sometimes you want to connect with your mind, but sometimes you need to connect with your body too. Like you suddenly do a stretch and you're in this position and you're like, I haven't felt this, I'm so unaware of what's going on with my body. And so they start there and they do that, and then often we see those turn into, yearly subscribers that are really part of the community, and they were, not super optimistic that it would be for them at the beginning. And that's
thanks
the nice
for
thing.
all your work. And what a cool thing that we have these platforms that you can, go across the globe and be with women or men, whoever is doing ballet, and just connect on all levels. So thank you so much for such great work.
Tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Yeah, so it's naturallysassy.co.uk and then Instagram at Naturally Sassy. And the workout's called Ballet Blast, and you can get it on the App Store, Naturally Sassy, and then online as well. But we have a 7-day free trial, so you can try it and see if it's for you.
I'm part of the Sassy Squad.
Yeah, become the squad to be in.
Hashtag squad goals.
It's a new academia. Your accent's so pretty.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Good Morning La La Land.